Hello, Stephen White, TrickBoy89 for SteveArts89. Well, isn't this interesting? A bit over a year ago, PowerCon 2019, somebody put on a screen, which I think was at an official thing, that Teela was going to be the star of the new He-Man series. Someone screen captured it, it went online, I saw it. I wish I'd used it as the thumbnail for my video that I did on YouTube, because now I can't find it. But that was when the rumours started that the new He-Man series was going to be woke, and they were going to basically turn He-Man into a nothing and make the series about Teela. And then the rumour then became it was about Teela and her girlfriend, and they went further to say that she would be searching for the power of Grayskull and her origins, and that was sort of that first rumour. And then it sort of spread to that He-Man, or Prince Adam, was basically going to concede to being nothing compared to Teela and give her the power sword, basically, so she could be He-Man. I don't know, what would she be? Tira? I don't know. So this was a rumour, and I did a video back in August 2019, like August 19, so like the day after PowerCon. I think it was August 17 or 18 or something. And other people did videos too, like Clownfish and other people. But then we were all told we were a bunch of gossip mongers and sexists and all that because we just hate women and all that crap. And I'm like, no, we're just talking about something that was said, that we saw an image of that apparently is real, or at least someone's going very hard to make look like it was real, so far as rumours go. And this just sort of bubbled along for a while, and most people sort of considered it rumour. And then more rumours came out, mostly from Clownfish TV, and Kevin Smith answered them directly, said they were wrong, and it was a bit quiet. And then just the other day, ScreenRant did an article about He-Man, basically giving an update to the story news and story details and stuff like that. It didn't have a lot of information. Like they mentioned when it was going to be screening, and they just said there's no date. So I love when people put in articles they're going to have an update to, like, the release date of something, and then they just say, oh, there is no release date. Clickbait. And then they get to this part, which I'm glad my computer hasn't gone off like it normally does on me. Where is it there? We get down to the end. It says Masters of the Universe Revelation isn't a reboot but a sequel series, as it will pick up where the original 1980s series left off. One major difference is that though He-Man will certainly be around, he won't be the main protagonist anymore. Instead, the focus will be on Teela. Even so, He-Man should still have a large presence, since the series never did get to explore the final battle between He-Man and his greatest enemy, Skeletor. Smith has teased that this fight could certainly be shown in Masters of the Universe Revelation. So someone is saying this is true. So ScreenRant is going out on a limb and saying that the series is going to be about Teela. It's going to be her series, and He-Man will just be one of the characters in it. And it's like, okay, I get the argument that women aren't represented in TV, particularly action, science fiction, but He-Man always represented women. They had Teela, who was more kick-ass than Adam in the original, and then they had She-Ra, who had her own series, and she was equal to He-Man. She was his sister. But this isn't good enough, and they rebooted She-Ra, but that's still not good enough. We have to remove He-Man from his own series and make it just Masters of the Universe and make it about Teela. I'm like, why is He-Man so problematic that we can't even have He-Man anymore? And I said this before, and I was just like, why? I mean, we've got She-Ra, we've got He-Man, there's our balance, there's our equality. Why is this necessary? And I had a few comments and people tell me, you're just a rumour, you're just rumours, blah, 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 full of shit. And no, it wasn't just me saying this, it was other more reputable YouTubers with a hell of a lot more subscribers than me, and Now it's actual websites that are actually at least one who's talking about this. So who's the liar now? Who's wrong now? It looks like, unless they have gotten some very bad information, and I'd be surprised. I guess I wouldn't be that surprised if someone printed an article without any real information or knowledge. But Clownfish is saying they know people who are in the production, who have seen the script, who can vouch for this. And I'm starting to think, yeah, between what was on the screen at PowerCon and what Clownfish's people are telling them and ScreenRant, that this is actually happening. So I feel a little bit vindicated. I don't want to be right because I want a He-Man series. And I was told we're going to get a He-Man series. And then the question is, why don't they just be honest and say, we're not giving you a He-Man series. We're not giving you a Masters of the Universe traditional series. We're giving you another version of She-Ra where now Teela is the lead, because they kind of turn She-Ra into a young adult. I don't know what to call She-Ra. It wasn't really bad. I did watch the first season and it was clearly for kids, and there are a few things I didn't like. But overall, I enjoyed it, and it wasn't as bad as everyone was saying, but it certainly wasn't She-Ra. Not the She-Ra I remember, and not the She-Ra I think fans want to see, and perhaps girls need as a role model. That She-Ra, not so much. And then they ended it with a gay kiss, which I'm not that opposed to because I'm gay. But I'm not sure what the point was, because they argued, when people were arguing against points in that series, particularly the redesigns and story points, that it was for kids. And I'm like, well, then why do you have adult content like people kissing and sexuality, which I don't have a real problem with, but I mean, I'm not sure how to represent it for kids shows. I guess it's just in the background. It's just sort of part of the fabric of the characters. It's not the center or the focus, but I don't know. It's really weird. They had their argument in part was that She-Ra was designed by men to be fetishized, so they had to make it for women. So apparently it's okay for women to sexualize young girls and fantasize about them kissing, but men can't look at an adult She-Ra in a short dress, because that's bad. I don't really know where to call the line there with that one, but it's just really crazy. I just don't understand. Why can't we have a He-Man, a Masters Universe series where He-Man is the hero, not the side character? We've already got She-Ra. I mean, do another She-Ra where she's actually a real hero and not just a silly little girl having parties while people's mothers are missing, and just there were things in that series that were just really juvenile. And once you sort of say, okay, this is for kids, you sort of forget about it and you can sort of enjoy it. But I want a series for adults, you know, a real mature series. And the original He-Man was for adults and children. That was the beautiful thing about it. You could watch it as a kid, your parents could watch it with you, and you can watch it as an adult and you still enjoy it. She-Ra, I kind of had to go back to my young child brain to really sort of enjoy it. Or at least just I had to get in the headspace for it. So yeah, I feel slightly vindicated. I'm going to post this on a couple of pages where people said I was wrong, and it's like, well, it looks like I'm closer to being right. There's more people saying this now than just me and a couple of people who saw it at online. So I don't know what else to say. I'm as the guy from Clownfish TV, I've forgotten his name, said it could still be a good series, but it's just not what the fans want, and it's not necessary to go this route, because let me tell you something. Okay, I'm gay, I want representation, but that doesn't mean we take over everything, and everything has to be either all women or all gays, or it's okay to have a few white males. It's okay. You might even have one lead a show. It's okay. We don't have to be the center of everything. I want to see gay people, but we don't have to be the lead character and the most important, best ever for every... it's just not necessary. We are 10% of the population. It's unrealistic for us to be the lead. And as far as male versus female, it's 50-50. So we shouldn't have a matriarchy or a patriarchy. And we've sort of swung from the patriarchy to the matriarchy. And neither make any sense to the same person. We need to get back to the middle. Like people are saying, the pendulum is swinging, and I just want it to stop and settle in the middle where everyone can be represented, everyone can be happy, everyone can have their own series, and no more of this political, partisan, gender politic bullshit. I'm sick of it. There. Rant over. I doubt anyone listened to the end, but if you did, congratulations. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. And I hope... I want to be right, but I want to be wrong. I kind of hope that even if Teela gets her sort of own side journey, it's still He-Man's story. He-Man versus Skeletor. Not just She-Ra finding herself and being better than everyone else and just this cliched... I don't even know what to call it now, but it's like so many TV shows are just doing this exact same story. But I'm going to go before I get to 12 minutes. Thanks.